Hi, it's Michelle with Michelle Life and Style Travel. You can get there from here. Today's destination of the day is London. So if you're considering London, either a local trip right in your own home, in your own backyard, across town, across the street, or you want to go away and travel, I'll be sharing information over the course of today about London and some things that you can do to make that happen. Before I hop into it, please go ahead, if you haven't already done so, and subscribe, turn on your notifications, like the video, and please share, as that does help the channel, and I'm grateful for that. So, London, destination of the day. I always encourage, I don't think that travel should be one of those things that's limited, whether it's by budget or anything else. There are ways to travel even if we can't do the full, I call it incremental travel. So, you may not have the means right now to travel, but that doesn't mean that you can't, you know, take a walk and engage in some of the kinds of activities that you would engage if you were actually in the city. So I've developed a process of incremental travel. And so I'm going to share a little bit about that. If you've listened to some of my other segments, you'll hear the same thing, incremental travel. And I'll tell you what that is in a minute. But London, as you know, is a city that never stops rewriting itself. The UK is both tradition and cutting-edge technology and energy. It's historic and it's current. And so whether you're in for a world-class experience or you want to do something a little more local and enjoy and engage in local culture, then London, you'll find that in London. So when I talk about incremental travel, what am I talking about? There are what I call, and I've kind of coined these phrases because, as I said, I don't think travel should be limited to you being able to go actually to the destination. If you can, that's fantastic, but everybody doesn't have that opportunity. So incremental travel for me means there are three things: armchair, area, and away. Armchair, area, and away. Armchair or at-home activities are things that you can do in your living room. So whether that's engaging in what's called the 11s ritual, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which is a tea time, 11 a.m. tea time, where, brew a pot of Earl Grey, get a proper teapot and brew a pot of Earl Grey or your favorite tea and serve it with some scones or digestive biscuits, I think is what they call them. And enjoy that in your own home. That's a touch of London at home, on your budget, on your time. You can stream. I think at least some of the theaters in London now offer streaming activities or opportunities, and so you can stream some theater from London to your own home, or at least you can go online and look at you can look at museums, you can look at, I know a lot of locations have live cams now, and so you can take a look at what's going on there. All of this, again, is done from your own home. You can research this. I'm just providing you ideas. But depending on the type of travel experiences you're trying to have from home, armchair travel, then you can make a decision about what you want to do. But don't limit yourself. You need to make a decision that suits for you. You can look at the National Gallery, take a virtual 360 tour, there's something called I think it's called a London fog latte, Earl Grey tea, steamed milk, and a hint of vanilla. And what I understand, because London is rainy a lot of the year, that this is great on a rainy day. But there are things, that we can engage in right in our own homes, in our own backyards, that you don't even have to leave your home, and you can experience a touch of London if that's what you want to do. And so that's why I believe in incremental travel as part of travel, even though in the traditional sense we're not actually leaving, but we are having the experience. And part of us traveling anyway is to gain an experience we might not otherwise have. So I encourage you to do armchair travel if you can't actually go to London. Do some armchair travel, do some research online to find some things that you can engage in right in your own home that brings London to you instead of you having to go to London. Next, we have area activities, which would be in your city or in your region. And you don't need a passport for armchair activities or at home. You don't need a passport. You don't need a passport for area activities, which would be in your city or region. Find authentic English-style pubs if that's your thing. You may not necessarily be imbibe and drink alcohol necessarily, but a lot of pubs now, we hear the term gastropub. A lot of pubs specialize in food as well. So if you're a foodie, or if you just want a genuine, authentic English brew, other than tea, then you can find local pubs in your area that have that English vibe to them. Find an afternoon tea that is offered in your area. There are a lot of tea houses now that offer traditional afternoon English tea. And so you can do research locally, afternoon teas near me, tea service near me. So if you do a search on those things, you'll be able to find that. Do a search. This again, we're at area incremental travel. The first level of incremental travel is Armchair. These are the things you do at home. The second level of incremental travel is area activities in your city or in your region. You can study, based on where you are, look for English influence in architecture. You can look for Shakespearean festivals or Shakespeare in the Park, Shakespearean theater. Again, you can now cultivate this. You can make it your own and bring it to life in a way that suits you without necessarily the headaches of travel or the hassles of travel. Travel can be a beautiful thing if you're able to do it, but why limit your experiences just because you may, the circumstance, the constraining circumstance may not always be financial. It may just be that you are not able to leave home right now for whatever reason. So you can still enjoy the opportunity to experience. In this case, we're talking about London, but I believe it's the case for any destination that you have in mind. And lastly, the last step of what I call incremental travel is away activities, which is outside the region, outside the region, outside your within your country or your nation, across the pond, so to speak. So London is the perfect getaway. And when you get there, London is an opportunity for you not only just to visit London per se, but also there's a lot of other historical connections to other cultures and other countries even within London. So do that research. There's a link in the description for London experiences, and you can go through and you can find what things suit you. Make sure that you plan your travel. Think about what it is that you want to do. What is the experience at the end of the day? What is the experience that you want to leave with? What are you searching for, and what do you want to leave with? Because, as you know, whenever we get on a plane or train or even a bike or a scooter, there's a destination we have in mind, and there's something we're seeking to do. And so be able to identify that. If you're going to take the time and the energy and spend the resources, whether the resources time is financial, or it's your time, or it's your energy, or you're bringing people together, community, then make sure you have a plan at least, even if everything doesn't go as planned. My hope for you is that everything does go as planned, but, plan for the worst, hope for the best, and safe travels wherever you go. But make sure you have a plan before you even begin to make your plans, because you need to identify what is that experience we want to have. I want to have as a solo traveler. If you're a solo traveler, you want to have as a couple, you want to have as a group taking a field trip, or a community group, or a church, or a family. What is the experience we want to leave with? And then set your trip up around to enjoy that, one, to have those experiences, to get assistance and support where you can, making sure that you have everything in line along the way, but also to just be able to enjoy the experience as much as possible. So let me give you a few ideas. There are Roman baths in Bath, which is also a UNESCO city, identified as a historical travel site. The Dreaming Spires of Oxford, the Cliffs of Dover, Stratford-upon-Avon, So there are things, which is the birthplace of William Shakespeare. So, and please forgive me if I'm not saying these right. My goal is really not to perfect the travel experience. It's to give you ideas so that you can make it what you need it to be. Some of the can't miss attractions you might consider would be the Tower of London, the British Museum, the London Eye, that gets you the view of how the Houses of Parliament and Big Ben. Some hidden gems you might want to consider are the Leadenhall Market, Postman's Park, and God's Own Junkyard. One famous quote by Samuel Johnson about London is, "When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life, for there is in London all that life can afford." My name is Michele. Thank you for joining me for this segment of Michele Life and Style Travel. Don't just customize your travel, personalize your travel, whether you're going across the street or across the pond. I'd like to help you craft and design the travel experience that's just right for you. There are links in the description if you want to do more research and procure and secure your tours. There's also information about protecting your travel, and you can see those things in the description. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. I know your time is valuable, so I appreciate you giving a few minutes of it to me. Have an amazing day. I'll see you next time.